this video is really designed to kind of inform the people who really want to know like a general timeline of what happened between Parker and Eddie. A lot of you know that there was a falling out, and they now seem to have resolved it, which I think is a great thing because I don't want to see any of them really try to get at each other's necks about stuff and just bring each other down, because honestly they're both really awesome YouTubers, and Parker's created a truly amazing, I guess, automotive channel. I mean, he's done something that a lot of people could not really do in the way he has. I mean, you can watch his early videos and there's some pretty amazing progress and just amazing growth that this guy has done. So much respect to Parker. Eddie, on the other hand, also much respect for him. He's a very determined guy. He's very professional. You watch his videos, the quality is great. He's very concise. He's very, he's a professional guy. And his channel is growing, EddieX, and I think it's going to go places because I subscribe myself, and I think it's a great channel. Both of them are going to go do great things, and I hope to see them collaborate in the future. But on to the main point of this video. So to start this video off, I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what happened exactly. So around the end of November, Eddie stopped talking to Parker, more or less. We didn't see him in any more videos, and he kind of disappeared from what we really, you know, saw publicly in Parker's channel, VehicleVirgins. So more or less they went to the Detroit Auto Show together, and it was kind of odd because a lot of people noticed how they weren't really talking to each other, even though they were on the same floor of the auto show. Parker with his Huracan and you know, Eddie with his i8 respectively. Now and then there's kind of word going around online, comment sections, just little hints here and there. People were kind of figuring out that they had a falling out, but we had no more information from that. So this was around beginning of December, I'll say. Parker won a snowball rally around mid-December or so. Eddie was not part of that rally, and Eddie kind of was laying low. We heard a lot of stuff originally in Eddie's Instagram, so you could go on there and really just dig out some info. Like, people would ask questions about it, and he seemed very upset about what happened, and he would comment back saying, you know, little things here and there. It was kind of, didn't really make too much sense. However, Eddie did explain everything in a live feed he did, a live stream, and basically he said that he was angry because Parker kicked him off the team, and he chose money over friendship. And what I mean by that is essentially Parker felt that he could do VehicleVirgins himself, as he was the one who started it, and he didn't really need Eddie anymore. So he offered to, he either had to work full-time or quit his job at Ford, or he would have to pretty much just quit VehicleVirgins and not be a part of it. Parker supposedly offered him a third of a month's pay of what they make off VehicleVirgins to buy him out, and Eddie seemed, obviously he was very insulted by this. So he went on live stream and told everybody how this was, you know, he wasn't appreciated, how Parker chooses money over friends, how Parker's unethical, and essentially just all this stuff about how Parker really you know, didn't treat him correctly and didn't respect him as a valuable part of the team. So that's Eddie's side of the story about what happened exactly. Parker just didn't need him anymore and basically threw him away and didn't respect him. That's what Eddie's side of the story during the live feed was. Now, the big revelation came yesterday, which was Parker released a very serious video on YouTube, and it was just him speaking at a table. You can go watch all these. I'll provide links at the bottom so you can all take a look at everything. But more or less, Parker was very serious. It was very different. I feel he was completely genuine, and everyone's going to be like, oh, Parker wasn't genuine, oh, Parker this. But the reality is I feel like he actually was serious about this, and he wants to make amends because he can see that this whole feud thing is hurting his channel, it's hurting Eddie, it's hurting really everybody. Nobody's getting anything out of this, and I think Parker did the complete responsible and right thing, and basically just made a video explaining what happened, his side of the story, and how he doesn't want people to just drag this on, and he wants to end this properly and make amends. So, congrats to Parker, much respect on that. I think he did the right thing. Now, Parker basically said that he did not kick off Eddie, and he did not mention anything about a buyout. So he basically said that now that he's graduated college, he has a lot of free time, and that Eddie's been busy at work, working for Ford, more or less full-time. So Parker basically told Eddie that, hey, you can still be a part of the team, and You can still contribute to the Vehicle Virgins channel here and there. We can basically work together whenever, but right now I'm going to try to take it solo, more or less. And I can run the channel myself from this point on, but you're more than welcome to be in the videos, and you're still going to be featured. However, we'll revisit this in 12 months' time. And in 12 months, they can come to a conclusion, Parker and Eddie, about whether Eddie wants to really hop on the boat full-time based on how everything turns out, how the channel grows, how they change everything, logistics. So Parker basically said, you can keep doing what you're doing now, but you're not going to be officially a part of the Vehicle Virgins channel as a partner, per se. But you can still make videos. We're still going to collaborate. It's still going to be good. And more or less in a year, we'll see what we can do. And if you want to work full-time, we can talk about this in a year and we can make things happen. Now, that's Parker's side of the story. And I'm sure there was a lot of misunderstanding between it. So after the live stream came out, we kind of heard Eddie's side of the story, and a lot of, you know, a lot of beef started. So what does this mean by beef? Basically, Eddie was telling a very one-sided story. Whether he was right or wrong at the time, we did not know because we had no word from Parker, and he was laying very quiet about the subject. I even saw one time he addressed saying that he would not discuss the topic of Eddie on the channel. I believe it was an Instagram post around probably beginning of the year, mid-January. So that was one thing, and Parker basically was kind of laying low and didn't really want to talk about it very much. However, the big revelation for this whole thing was that Parker released, it was just yesterday, and he released a video on his YouTube channel, a very serious video, I felt it was more or less, like, I felt it was genuine for the most part. You guys may disagree with me, and that's okay. But it was a very odd video for Parker to make, because he usually makes these very, you know, uplifting, pretty enthusiastic things, and he was clearly serious about this, and he wanted to portray a different type of, I guess, demeanor, so we all, you know, would understand that this is different, this is serious. Now, the big thing was that he was not in a car, and what I mean by that is, I don't think he's ever done any videos that were not inside of a car, when he does things like what I'm doing right now. However, there's like one where he and Eddie were talking about the Vehicle Virgins, how they started. That was in his dorm room or wherever, his apartment, U of Michigan. But, so I'm sure there's a lot of misunderstanding between Parker and Eddie. And I feel the main reason was because there was a lack of communication between the two. And also because a lot of people, they're being egged on more or less by YouTube. Just comments and people just trying to carry on the beef between the two. Now, right now, I feel that Parker and Eddie have made up more or less. I'm not saying they're best friends anymore, but I feel like this has pretty much come to an end, and there's kind of a mutual agreement between the two, and that's something that I really think is good for them, because I don't want to see any of these guys like go down the dumps on their channel, and this whole dislike Parker's videos thing, and this whole like, most of the hate's been directed at Parker, which I can rightfully understand, because Eddie released his video first explaining, honestly portrayed him in kind of a bad light. But on the same note, I feel that there is a lot of truth to what Eddie did say. I just feel like maybe he could have gone about, you know, expressing it in a slightly better way that wouldn't have created so much conflict. But the truth is that Eddie really, I feel like he felt wronged, and he felt wronged rightfully so. But now I feel like he's moved on. He has his own channel right now. It's called EddieX on YouTube. I'm subscribed. Great channel. Go check it out and go subscribe to him. He's a great guy. I think he's making great content right now, and he's going to be a really awesome guy in the YouTube automotive community. Also, for Parker's videos, I'm just going to tell everybody, just stop disliking and doing all this stuff. Like, just don't carry it on. If you don't like his stuff, unsubscribe. But I mean, he produces good content. If you liked it before, it shouldn't make a difference, because they've made amends. He's explained what happened, and I really don't think any of them are trying to be a jerk about this, so just don't let this impact how you view the channels, because they both create great content, and it's something that I respect a lot. Yeah, so go ahead and subscribe to my channel below, and yeah, so go ahead and subscribe, check the stuff out. I have a few other videos, some car reviews, But I'm going to start making more videos like this, which is basically just discussing hot topics. That was not intentional, in the automotive community. So when something like this happens, I'm just going to make a video just explaining what we know, just kind of consolidating it, so you can just watch this. You can check out the links below, and then you can really make up your mind about what happened. But you don't have to waste, like, 30 minutes digging around watching different videos, and you can just come here, take a look, and then kind of delve into it and make your own opinion. So I'll see you guys next time, and see you then. So yeah, this basically concludes my really short video about what happened between the two, and why it was so dramatic. Basically, you saw both sides. You saw how Eddie basically explained how he felt wronged and how he felt kicked off the team, and you heard Parker's side about how more or less it was a misunderstanding between the two, and Eddie didn't really understand what Parker was saying at the time, and took it wrong that when he said to renegotiate in 12 months, he basically was kicking him off. There's still a lot of facts that are yet to be told. I can't verify either side of the story, as obviously I wasn't there and I don't know them personally, but it seems to be resolved, and that's really what matters right now, is we don't have to be hearing any more of this drama between the two channels.